Please welcome to the show, Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark just did what no one saw coming. Life on Zoom, with two WNBA legends watching in real time. Bird and Diana Taurasi came ready for a feel-good chat. What they got instead? A raw, no-filter exchange that peeled back every layer. From locker room tension to silent rivalries to the brutal reality of the Pro League. And Caitlin? She didn't blink once. From the moment she logged on, it was clear. This wasn't going to be another polished PR moment. This was about to get real, and fast. But let's rewind. Because a year ago, Diana Taurasi looked into the camera and dropped what became the most viral line in women's basketball.
Coming, Caitlin's coming, there's more than just that are coming. What will the league have in store for them when they get there?
Look, SVP, reality is coming.
Okay.
It wasn't a jab. It was a warning. One that echoed across highlight reels, talk shows, and Twitter feeds. Taurasi's point was simple. Dominating college hoops is one thing. Going toe-to-toe with seasoned pros? That's a different universe. At the time, Caitlin didn't respond. She didn't need to, because her answer came a year later, with a smirk, a calm nod, and one line that flipped the script.
Oh,
Congrats
man.
on your retirement, D.
Thank you.
And congrats.
Now, unfortunately, reality is coming to me now.
The tension broke into laughter, but don't get it twisted. That was a statement. And the message was clear. She heard everything. She remembered. And she's here now. Fast forward to their first matchup in Phoenix, Clark versus Taurasi. It wasn't just another game. It was the moment basketball's past met its future.
You know, the first game was in Phoenix, and it felt like the last game.
But Caitlin, she remembers something different.
Pretty sure we were down like 10 or 15 and came all the way back and won. That was like our first win versus a team that was above 500. So thank you.
They were down by double digits. Then they came back, and they won. That wasn't just a comeback, it was a defining moment. A reminder that this rookie wasn't here for the spotlight. She was here to take the win. Against legends. On their home turf. But here's the thing most fans overlook. Caitlin Clark didn't just bring a jump shot into the league. She brought a tidal wave of attention. From NIL deals to packed arenas, she's playing under a microscope that most rookies never experience. Every game is a headline. Every quote, a soundbite. Every reaction, a meme. While most players are adjusting to game speed, she's adjusting to the pressure of a million opinions and still finding ways to lead through it. She's not just surviving the spotlight, she's reshaping it. And now, Clark isn't just carrying momentum into the new season. She's coming in with a rebuilt arsenal. New coach, Stephanie White. New teammates, Natasha Howard, Dwana Bonner, Sophie Cunningham, Sydney Colson, Brianna Turner. It's firepower from every direction. But even Clark admits, this isn't going to be easy. With 7 new pieces and barely any time to build chemistry, the challenge is real. Still, she's embracing it, because experience is what they lacked last season. And this year, she's surrounded by it. And that's not all she's building. When that viral photo hit showing her looking absolutely jacked in the offseason, people lost it. Memes, comments, theories. Her response?
How did you do that? I've been trying to do that for 20 years.
AI is getting out of control. Come on.
But then she told the truth. She's been living in the weight room. Not for the photo ops, for the game. She's working on floaters, mid-range shots, contact finishes. Everything that used to feel uncomfortable, she's attacking it.
You're trying to get stronger, like a lot of time in the weight room, and it's like something like I kind of enjoy, so it's been pretty easy for me to like spend time in there. And
because she's not training to survive this league, she's training to run it. Since Clark entered the league, attendance numbers have spiked. Social media engagement, off the charts. Her jersey? Selling out faster than the league can restock it. This isn't just about what she brings to the court, it's what she's doing to the entire infrastructure of the league. She's raising the ceiling of what's possible in women's sports. Not someday, now. And while she's putting in that work on the court, she's also dealing with what most rookies never talk about, the noise. Remember when Cheryl Swoops claimed the Fever locker room was falling apart? Clark remembers. Everyone remembers. The quote made headlines. "This ain't where I want to be." But Caitlin cleared it up, fast.
And all we heard that whole week was like, Indiana, they don't get along, all this. And I'm like, great. And then I'm like, this is the most together team I've ever seen.
She didn't dodge the rumor. She crushed it. Yes, they lost their first 8 games. But that tight-knit locker room, that's what helped them turn it around. And Clark says it plainly, outside noise doesn't matter. The only people who matter are the ones inside that room. And speaking of challenges, there's one opponent Caitlin hasn't forgotten, UConn. They faced off 3 times. Phil Knight Tournament, Sweet 16, and the Final Four. Each time, same story. Gino Auriemma had the best game plan, the toughest defensive looks, and the one player Clark said might have been her hardest matchup yet, Nika Moole, picking her up full court, in her space, forcing tough decisions.
They always had some of the best scouts against me. Like, you can tell how smart he is.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the best things about him. Like, he has one game plan, but then he has something in his back pocket that he can go to.
They always had something in their back pocket, she said. Every single time. And that wasn't frustration, that was respect. Leadership in the WNBA usually comes with age, rings, or tenure. But Caitlin is shifting that narrative. She's not trying to be loud. She's just impossible to ignore. Her leadership isn't about volume. It's about consistency, preparation, and owning her role without apology. She's showing that influence doesn't need permission. It just needs presence. And she's got that in spades. Just like her thoughts on Paige Buchers. When asked what Paige brings to the W, Caitlin didn't hesitate.
I think her poise, that's something you need coming into the W.
She doesn't get rattled, Clark said. That's rare. And that's what you need in this league. She praised Paige's mid-range game, her calm presence, her ability to play either guard spot and make it look effortless. And then she added something else. They should move every game to American Airlines, she joked. Paige can bring in that kind of crowd. Coming from Caitlin, that's serious endorsement. But even with all that respect, this isn't a soft league. It's loud. It's fast. And tempers, they flare. Which is exactly how the conversation shifted into technical foul therapy. Sue Bird, Diana Taurasi, Caitlin Clark, all laughing about techs, refs, and the moments where emotions took over. Taurasi tossed after 2 quick techs. No regrets.
I think I picked one up quick in the first quarter, which is you're always doomed when you pick up a quick one. And then I picked one up in the third quarter and it was time to go home. So
Sue, practically saint status. Caitlin?
You 2 know the limits.
I got 6 too.
I
But
had
this
6
year,
my whole career.
She got 6, and half of them weren't even from talking to refs. One was for slapping the stanchion, she said, shaking her head. Another for accidentally hitting someone in the eye. Even in that chaos, there was control. Clark joked about it, but ended with a promise. To keep her fire, but not cross the line. When asked to set her over-under for techs this season, she said 2. Sue and Diana? Both took the over. For all the threes and highlight passes, what truly separates Caitlin Clark is what's happening upstairs. Her basketball IQ is elite. She sees the floor like a chessboard, manipulating defenders, shifting angles, and timing screens before they even happen. She's not reacting. She's predicting. And when you combine that with her scoring, you get a player that can control tempo, mood, and outcome. That's next level. And maybe Sue and Diana are right. Because Caitlin Clark isn't just a player with hype anymore. She's the player. She walked into a virtual room with 2 of the most respected legends in women's basketball and didn't flinch. She smiled. She joked. She clapped back. And then she dropped insights that made even her biggest critics pause. She didn't just join the league, she became its most important story. The question now isn't whether she's ready. It's whether the league is ready for her. Because the old guard just passed the torch. And Caitlin Clark? She's already running with it. Want to see how this season unfolds? Smash that like button, subscribe, and tell us in the comments, is Caitlin Clark the future or already the present?